Welcome everyone to my first Pokemon Unite Jungle video. My name is Shan Win, and today I'll be covering some Cinderace Jungle gameplay as I try my best to achieve Master Rank in Pokemon Unite. I'm currently playing at Ultra Rank Class 1, so I still have a few tiers to go before I do achieve that goal. That being said, I have extensive knowledge in the MOBA genre. I play Dota, I play League of Legends, so the skills I developed in those games, I'm able to translate into this one relatively easily. And if I'm being completely honest, if you're able to play either of those games at a high level, I'm sure you can play this one relatively well, granted that you're not held back by your teammates. I will say that my goal for the season is to achieve Master Rank, but strictly by playing solo queue, which means no duos, no trios, no quadruples or quintuples, a full party of teammates. I do think that playing the game with friends is more fun, but it also provides a huge advantage with the luxury of having voice comms. A MOBA is all about communication, and if you're able to communicate in this game, I do feel like it makes it a lot easier, so that's part of the challenge I set for myself. So let's get into the game. What I like to do whenever I play as a jungle, I like to eject button over the wall, and yes, it may seem a little strange, but it does save a few seconds, and, by the time I finish clearing my first side, the cooldown will be up, so unless my opponent takes the initiative to do like an early invade, I don't really risk anything. I'm not going to get into the whole invading my opponent's jungle and them invading me, vice versa, in this video, just because it's not something that I plan on doing. Um, and I feel like that's a whole other topic entirely. So I'm just going to do the standard route, as you can see. I'm just going to do my first two buffs and grab the core fishes. If I do the entire side, I should get level 5, granted that nobody, takes either of my crabs. So I hit level 5, and basically I have a small window to kind of just do whatever I feel like doing. So the game only lasts for 10 minutes, so the spawn timers on the campsite is relatively low. Basically, I have a minute from when I finish my last camp to kind of pressure around the map or just, make my presence known. So I decide to go to top lane and just chip away at my opponent's laners. As you can see, my opponent decides to play a little bit aggressively, and this is going to cost them. They got caught out of position. They got caught with my Pikachu's Electro Web. So they got caught. We're able to finish them off, and that's a slight XP advantage. I recall, and I'm just going to do another clear. And by the end of this clear, I should be level 7. And that's when I do reach my, my first power spike, my first real, threatening move, which is going to be the Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick is going to be the targeted CC, or crowd control. It's basically like a one-man stun, and unless they're immune to CC, then it'll always lock them down for a brief moment, which is why I love it. So I finished clearing my my camps again, and this gives me the opportunity to kind of just put some more pressure around the map. So as you can see, by the time I rotate up, my opponents are playing aggressively, and they get caught out. Because I have my Blaze Kick, I'm able to lock them down, and yeah, I'm just going to continue punishing them with my laners, and right now, just take the opportunity to score while they're dead. The Ninetales is overextending way too much. There's 3 of us and only one of them, so that's something you should not be doing as a laner. If you're going to lose the platform regardless, and you can't really do anything about it, you might as well just cut your losses and just not give up any kills. But unfortunately, that's what they did. So we're able to get the first platform score, so I'm just going to recall to, do my camps again, get my buffs, and, as you can see, I hit level 9, so I do have my Unite ability, or, ultimate. And I was considering doing my crabs, but, there's 3 bottom, I can see them on the map, so rather than, delay my rival, I just go right away after my Ludicolo. And as you can see, I rotate bottom. There's 4 of them down here, but they're severely underleveled, and I'm just able to capitalize on my significant, level advantage. Whenever you have a lead, you need to be able to, transition that lead into, objectives or, points, whichever. If you have a lead and you're not doing anything with it, then you're just being unproductive, and that's the last thing you want to do as a jungler. So I just want to make my presence known. I'm just going to go wherever I see opportunity and just continue pressuring around the map. And then, of course, whenever I use my ability, I just want to clear as many camps as I can to, expedite the Unite ability cooldown. I'm clearing my camps, and with every camp, I'm slightly getting more, Unite energy. I decide to go up top, and my opponent's very underleveled. As you can see, I'm level 11 to this level 7 Mr. Mime and level 9 Cinderace, so things are not looking well for my opponents. I'm able to score, and at this point, I already used all my points, and I could fight here, but it's better not to overextend too much. I just had to be very cautious. Unfortunately, the invulnerability flame on the Zorua was able to avoid my ult, and I would have been able to KO there, but, fortunate timing for them. And as you can see, because I have such a huge level advantage, I'm just pumping out so much damage that my opponents cannot deal with. And at this point, things are looking very grim for them. They need to be able to, get rid of me to kind of get a footing in this game, because right now things are getting really out of hand. I'm able to solo kill the Mr. Mime, and yeah, things are looking really grim. So, like I said, when you have a huge advantage like this, you need to convert that into advantages for your entire team. That means taking the Rotom, taking the Dreadnought, do whatever you gotta do. Clear the camps to deny XP from your opponents, whatever. As long as they're being productive, then you can't really go wrong. Of course, you need to watch the map at all times, have that map awareness. We took the Rotom, and now we're taking the Dreadnought. Personally speaking, I do prefer the Dreadnought over the Rotom because I like the XP and the small shield. The XP, converts into levels, and, you gotta use those levels as a team to, punish your opponents. As you can see, this Mr. Mime is still level 9. Uh, Things are looking really, really tough. Unfortunately, I got hit by the Unite ability by the Zorua, so that will KO me. We got a little greedy there, not gonna lie. We could have easily backed off after we killed the Mr. Mime, but, we're so far ahead, so we're a little overzealous. But we can afford to make, simple mistakes like that in the future, especially because, Zapdos spawns at 2 minutes, and I'm sure we've all experienced it at one point or another. You lose Zapdos, you most likely lose the game, no matter how far ahead you are before the, 8-minute mark. I respawn, and I'm just gonna, regroup with my team. And, the opponents were overextending a little, and, they get punished. Of course, I'm gonna recall. There's no point sticking around with that low HP. And of course, there's like a little reprieve period right now. There's really not much going on. There's no point trying to force a fight because Zapdos is, about to spawn. And you want to have your Unite abilities for this objective at all times. Whenever a fight ensues, you want to have the resources to fight a team fight. And it's not ideal to use your Unite ability just because it takes so long to charge if you're not clearing mobs. As you can see, the Zapdos is spawned, and we have a huge lead. So in this position, all we really need to do is just defend and make sure that they don't, steal or sneak the Zapdos buff. Um, Starting it on our end would be such a huge lose condition because there's no guaranteed way to secure the Zapdos. Putting yourself at 50-50 is a lose con on your part, but because all 5 of them got KO'd, we can secure the Zapdos relatively easily. And at this point, the opponents realize that, if they're not able to secure the Zapdos, then there's no chance that they win this game. And yeah, a relatively quick game, a lot quicker than usual, but I do think I played that relatively well. I had a really strong early game. I had some presence. I converted my levels into, objectives and to points. And being able to help my team all around the map is just something that a jungler needs to do. Of course, there are times when your laners are not going to be doing as well as mine did in this game, and that's completely understandable. You just need to kind of focus on yourself and, ensure that by the time Zapdos is up, you are relatively even in terms of levels. No matter how many points they're ahead before the 8-minute mark, at the 2-minute mark when Zapdos spawns, that can entirely flip the outcome of the match. So, try to have your ultimate for that fight and, make sure you're prioritizing objectives. In the early game, kills are fine. You get levels and, you can take advantage by pushing those levels into, forcing fights. But as the game progresses, you need to start worrying about objectives, and it's all about coordination. And although it's a little hard to do that in solo queue, you just have to try your best and hopefully it works out. That's why I say, you know, playing with friends and family, acquaintances, whatever, if you're able to have a duo, trio, or a full, pre-made team, it's much more ideal in terms of communication. Having that luxury to jump in a voice call can improve the dynamic of the game entirely, and it makes it more fun. Solo queue is very difficult. It is very hard to communicate with the preset commands that are currently available, and they're very easily, um, lost within the game. You can be in the middle of a fight and someone's pinging you, and sometimes you just notice it, or sometimes you just can't afford to get distracted by things like that. And I do hope that the communication commands do get improved slightly, or maybe even voice comms, but this is an all ages game, so that is debatable of whether that or not that may or may not happen. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll be posting a lot more videos of Pokemon Unite in the future, so thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to, subscribe to the channel, and, I'll be pushing out a lot more content, and in-depth videos of what I like to do and how I approach the game, and I'll be, keeping you updated on my progression to the Master rank, and once I hit Master, I'll be playing with, my acquaintances from the Pokemon Go community, and, I am a Twitch streamer. You can check me out on twitch.tv/chanwin26, and, if you're ever in my chat, once I hit Master, I'll be more than happy to play some games with you. But yeah, my goal right now is to hit Master completely on my own, and then once I achieve that goal, I'm gonna, start squatting out. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'll be posting a lot more videos of Pokemon Unite, some educational videos for you to, check out, and maybe you can pick up a tip or two of, my gameplay, and maybe you can, implement that into your own. So thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.